Hey guys, and welcome back to my Scorched Earth series. This is episode number 18. In the last one, I ended up building an area for my dinos to stay, and I tamed a Procoptodon, which ended up being really cool. I had never tamed one before. This time, I wanted to find something else to tame. I've been looking for that female Thyla like I've always said, but I haven't been able to find one. So instead, I was flying around the same area I've been farming forever, and I came across a 140 Hyenodon, something I've actually never tamed myself. And I decided, I've never tamed these guys. I usually just kill them because they're really, really annoying, especially early on because they're just ganging up on you, and they're pretty vicious in packs. So I decided, what if I just get a pack of my own, and we just see if we can do something with it, because I haven't been able to find another Megatherium. They're really rare. And I was thinking, these things do a ton of damage. If you get a huge pack, you can just rip apart things. I wanted to try and get a ton of these and imprint them, and then maybe I'll try the Deathworm thing, because I still want to kill a Deathworm, because I haven't, and also you need their horns to get a Mantis. So I decided, I need something to kill them, and this could be it. Now, I have it in this right now, this bigger pen, which is not the best. I think I'm going to attempt to see if I can do this, because the only way to tame this is to passively tame it by petting it when it gets close. So, see that? I just pet him right there. Oh, now he's upset that I pet him, I guess. So, I'll just leave him alone and let him de-aggro. You have to be wearing ghillie armor and crouching, because the ghillie armor, if I didn't already mention this before, it says camouflage keeps you more hidden from enemy creatures. And when you crouch, you're also like harder to detect, I guess. Like you're quieter and stuff when you move. So you gotta be crouching, you gotta be wearing your ghillie armor, and they don't really notice you, I guess. So you can go up and pet them. And I have to pet these guys every so often. I don't exactly remember. But it's a unique kind of taming where you don't need any food. You just pet them like a little doggy, because that's what they are. They're just little dogs. And I can just get a bunch of little dogs. And we'll see, I want to try imprinting, because I do really like breeding in this game, and I really like taming. I can't tell if it's afraid of me or not still. It's just kind of running in place, which kind of signals to me that it might be, but we'll see. I can't even interact with it. Let's just see if I run away like really far, and then see if he'll like de-aggro or calm down or whatever. So let's just go over here, because he's afraid of Sylvia as well. Sylvia freaks him out. These guys are pretty cowardly though. If you encounter them by themselves, they'll just run away pretty much every time. If they're in a pack, they're like the complete opposite. They're super vicious. They'll just rip apart anything, even other like carnivores. Usually what I see is like the carnivores will leave each other alone, and they'll just help each other kill stuff. But these guys will kill anything that wanders nearby. Even like T-Rexes, I think. They'll just attack. Like if they're in a huge pack, they'll try to rip apart a T-Rex. And they can actually do it too. If they're high enough level and strong enough, they can do a ton of damage. I don't know what's wrong with this dude. So actually what I might try is another thing I wanted to test out, because right there it's really hard for me to actually pet him, because there's not that much room, and I don't really want to be inside of it, because there's no way for me to really get out easily. So I came with this idea, and I don't really know if it's gonna work, but I wanted to try. So my idea is I have a foundation here. Let me get some of this stuff in my bar. So I put a door frame down like this. So I can walk in here, and it's just like a 1x1 box. So I'm gonna put this together. So you see I have this little box. Now what I want to try to do is try this hatch frame. And I actually don't know if this is going to work at all, because it might actually be able to fall through this. But my idea is like, what if I put him on top, and then I walk underneath and like try to pet him. I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't know if he's small enough to fit through there. Let me put the rest of these walls down. 1 second. So this is my little like idea that I had. So I would just come in here crouching and I would just pet him from underneath and then leave and see if that actually works. So maybe I'll just try that right now if he's still running in place. Okay, he's actually not. I'll go pet him again and just see. Because that's just kind of my backup. I wanted to use this because I already had it made. And I don't know if that actually works. So it's kind of my plan B, if you can even call it that, because I don't know if it even works at all. But I come pet this dude. Okay, he's leaving. He just needs to come over to the wall and I can just give him a little pet. Oh, 30 seconds to pet. Did he lose taming effectiveness? Did I do it? Did I do it wrong? Because like he's at 99.5, but I've already pet him. Oh, see, now he saw me. I wonder if that's a bad thing. Does he lose taming effectiveness when I do that? I don't know. Yeah, he did. He's like, or maybe it just does that anyways. It says like 99.4. Maybe it just happens anyways when you pet it. Let's see. It's possible I could have messed this up. This guy's kind of like my guinea pig because I don't know how he works. I don't know how to tame these. So he's not going to attack because he's afraid. But I can't see either. God dang it. He keeps moving so much I can't pick him up. Okay, can I get out with you? Yes, I can. I'm gonna try this. So I have to be really specific with this. Will he fall down? Can he? I want to see. So I'm gonna be crouching. Because if he can't see me, then he can't be afraid of me, right? Like, that seems to be my issue, is once he sees me, he freaks out. Can you see me? I can't tell what's going on here. Is he glitched? Or does he know I'm here? How come I can't pet you? This isn't working at all, is it? This is some kind of weird idea I came up with because I'm trying to sneak underneath like this. But the problem I kept having with the hatch was that he was falling through. So now I'm curious to see if like I put him in something like this where I space the pillars apart and leave like a small gap underneath. If I could still pet it and have it not see me. Because that's the problem I keep having, is that he sees me. So I ended up using 2 pillars, 2 ceilings, and then 6 walls, I believe. I'm gonna try this. I guess all I can say is bear with me while I try to figure this out. I sat here for a while. I was racking my brain, like trying to figure out some other way to be able to be hidden from view from it while being able to pet it like consistently. Because you have to wait 30 seconds between pets, and I need to be able to be ready for that as soon as possible. Alright, I picked him up. He was eating my old structure like that whole time I was building this. Oh, come on. At least he just goes back and like tries to eat it. It doesn't just run off. Okay, let's see what he does now. Fly away, let him de-aggro. Wait for the music to stop. I'm gonna come back around. Get off like over here. And I equip my full ghillie again even though it's nighttime and it's colder. The extra fortitude I got seems to help pretty good. I'm hoping that this ends up working out. He looks like he actually can't get out, but I don't know if this is gonna work. But I guess as a last resort, maybe I have to look something up for this. I didn't want to have to. I wanted to see if I could figure out on my own. Can I even get you? Or what are you doing? What? He just glitched through the wall. And he got out. Are you kidding me? Okay, so I designed a taming pen that I originally thought wouldn't work, but I built it up here on this cliff where there's like a lower area down here than up there, so like my character can actually go underneath this and I can actually pet this guy, I think. Okay, here we go. I just pet it right there. I think the taming effectiveness is maxed out. I finally got it to work, I think. I keep jinxing myself every single time. I keep thinking it's gonna work, but this time he's not even moving, and I can just sit here and pet him all day. So finally, it's taken me over an hour to get this to work. Such a pain. I don't even know if it's gonna be worth it either. Hey, there we go. Alright, I gotta quickly pick this guy up though because, can I even grab him? Okay, well, I gotta do this later because I really need to get water for my guy. I'm slowly getting like high torpidity and dying. There was like a super heat that happened while I was trying to figure this out, and the temperatures were so high. I've never seen temperatures like that before. It was like over 80 degrees Celsius, which is far higher than I've ever seen. The game normally in a superheat goes to like maybe 60, that's what I've seen. I've never seen it that high. It was draining my health like so fast and my water, and then like all my canteens just dried up super quick, but I didn't realize that until I was, in the middle of that stupid tame. So, but, thankfully it worked out. Although it really sucks that I think I messed with the taming effectiveness by scaring it so many times before, but hey, at least now I can go back for it, and then now I know how to tame them in the future. So I'm probably just going to be using that one from now on, or building more if I have to. But yeah, I'm pretty happy I finally got it to work, man. That was painful and really annoying. Just really quickly, I actually found the Uteranus that was missing last episode. It actually fell somehow all the way like down here, and it was just sitting like at the very bottom by the water, and I have no idea how that happened. It actually happened with the new Anki I tamed off camera, which is this guy over here. Where is he? Oh, is he in the base still? Yeah, I named this one Jerry. It was a 140, and I kibble tamed it. And Linda right now I'm not using anymore because she was a lot lower level. I happened to just find this, while I was in that area trying to find a Thyla, and I tamed it up, and it actually started with some decent melee and stuff, but I really only care about the weight to carry more metal. But it was pretty solid. I liked it. And then I also off camera, and I don't even think I'm going to bother showing either of these, sped up tames because it doesn't really matter. They're just other things. I have, what is it? This one's like, I named it Gracha, this terror bird, and it was not good stats, so it's not even worth talking about. I keep finding high level ones and they're always unimpressive. Alright, here's my little dude. Let's see. Oh, I can pet him again. What does that do? Does it give him like a buff? He's actually got 320 melee. That's not bad. You can just keep petting him over and over, I guess. It's kind of interesting. I don't know what the petting does. Does it give him buffs? I don't know. Cool though. Let's see. We'll name you. This guy's all spotted and black and stuff. We'll name you. I'm actually gonna name this Speckle Adoit because my dad actually had a cat that I think had spots on it, and they called it Speckleadoit, so I'm just gonna call it that. It's kind of a funny name. Ooh, check that out in the distance though. There's a loot drop coming down. It's a yellow one with a ring, which means it has extra like quality loot, like higher quality loot than a normal yellow. So that's really good. That could actually have good armor in there if I'm lucky. Let me go grab that really quickly. I don't see anything around. Doesn't seem to be anything. I think the last time I got a yellow one with a ring on it, it gave me a flamethrower, which was pretty nice. And I think also one of them gave me a, or either that I got it from one of those or a cave. I have like a Mastercraft chainsaw blueprint, which costs like a ton to make. And I actually really want to make one just because I haven't used a chainsaw before, but it's good at like getting resources from creatures and stuff, and getting wood, of course. So let me check this out. We have, oh yeah, here's a journeyman flamethrower. Here's flak gauntlets, and the rest I don't need. Actually, I'll take the GPS. That's actually pretty useful. GPS will allow me to see my coordinates whenever I look at it. So we'll do that. But yeah, there we go. Nice little loot drop. Those rings are like amazing. They're pretty rare, but if you find like a high tier one with a ring, it's like 100% worth grabbing every time. It's just full of really good stuff. But I'm gonna go around the map now. I'm gonna look for some hyenodons. Alright, so I didn't find any good hyenas, but I found some really high level sabers. So I have a 145 over there and then a 150 here, so we're going to try to knock them both out at the same time. So this one's the 150. 225 melee is actually pretty solid. I think the health is low. Actually, no, the health isn't even that low. It's like it's pretty average. The melee being 225 is almost high. It's like on the higher end of average, which is pretty solid. It could turn out to be pretty good. This one, 195 at 1300. So this one's more average. I think I had a little bit better weight. I'm gonna tame up both of them though, because I want to see if I can get, I think I already have that female back at base that I think has the good health. So if either of these get good melee, I think I'm gonna go back and start breeding them, and I can show off how I do the breeding in this game. Because sabers are one of my favorite creatures. I love the big cats in this game, you know, Thylacoleo, Sabertooth. And honestly, I've been really just looking for something cool to imprint. I mean, this could even be my caving dino. Like, I know I wanted the Thyla to be my caving dino, but that is really hard to actually get because none of them really spawn, but these guys are everywhere. So, yeah, I'll cut back to when they are tamed and I can check out their stats, and we'll see if they're worthy of breeding. Ooh, 340 melee. That's something I'm looking for right there. That's really good. What did this guy get? 260. This one's a dud. But let's see, it had 348 weight. 680 stamina, 300. What is your... So stamina is a bit better. We'll see how like the female actually compares. Shoot, I don't have any way to get both of them back. The only one I really would need is the higher level one, so for right now, oh, if I can pick them up. Right now, I'm going to go back to the base, and I'm actually going to start breeding these guys. This is really great. I finally got a good saber. Alright, so here's Dee Dee, the female that I got a while ago. 1900 health, and the melee doesn't really matter. And then this guy's health is lower, but has 340, so we're going to get the health from the female and the melee from the male. And this one actually has good stam, and this one has like a little bit better weight, so hopefully we can get the stamina too. But really, they're not that much different, so we're probably only wanting the health and the melee. So what I'm going to be doing is we're going to be going to enable mating on both of them. So now they should be mating. And actually I need to name this guy. Dude, this should be... Oh, it's so simple. Okay. No, perfect. Mufasa. This one can be Mufasa, and then I can rename this one to... Oh, can I not change your name? Oh, here we go. What is it? Nala, I think? Or no, that's the kid. That's the... What is Mufasa's mother's name? I have to look that up because I don't remember what that is at all. Or not Mufasa's mother, Mufasa's wife. Sarabi, that's what it is. Yeah, and we can have Simba come out, and Simba will be the Lion King. Perfect. I couldn't have done it better if I tried. I mean, this is... Can't believe I didn't think of this until now. I mean, they don't really look like lions, but they're like the closest things to lions. I mean, the Thylas are supposed to be sort of like lions, but they don't really look that way. And I think these are probably closer. Anyways, I think once they're done mating, it should just have a baby pop out, so... oh no, there's a gestation period, so you have to wait 7 minutes. Okay. So I'll wait the 7 minutes, and when it's up, we'll see if the baby has the right stats. And then I can show the imprinting process. This is basically all you do with breeding. You wait for the baby to be born, and then you're going to want like whatever stats you desire. So for me, like I want the mother's health of 1900, and then the father's melee of 340.7. So I want those two numbers on the baby. And then we can start imprinting it once it has those. That's the beauty of this game. So you can get like, if you have a dino that just has a super good stat like this, you can combine it with another dino of the opposite gender that has another really good stat, and you can make a baby that just has both and becomes like a super warrior, like amazing little dude. And that's really fun. That's how I got Danica to be so strong, because with the imprint bonus as well, it really makes them really strong. And then I'm actually going to try putting the baby in this pouch just to see how it works, because I've never tried this before. It should be pretty decent, I would think. It's supposed to, I think, make your imprints like twice as effective when you do them, so you don't need to do them as much, which is amazing. So that's why I've just kept Rocket here next to the food trough. Okay, the baby's about to be born, and there's another thing, a more advanced thing with breeding that I don't know 100%. I think I understand it. There's a small chance that the baby will have a mutation where one of its stats will just have like an extra couple levels in it, even though the parents don't have that. Okay, so this one you can already kind of tell. It's a 189. It's probably not at all good, because it's so much lower level than the parents, which is actually pretty sad. Is he gonna follow me? Is he coming? As sad as it is, if you look at the stats, yeah, it does not have like anywhere near what you would want. It's kind of like the runt of the litter, and it feels really cruel to do this, but you basically just leave them to die, because if I kept every single baby that I didn't need, I would just have way too many things. So I only want to keep the ones that are good. So I have to pull it really far away from the feeding trough. And I won't lie, it makes me feel like a monster doing it, but like I don't have any other options. Like, you know, this guy's not really usable, you know, or she's not really usable. So that's really sad, but it's necessary. And now we have to wait another 27 minutes, which well, I mean, in addition to the like 7-minute gestation, so it's basically another like 35 minutes from now, I'll have another baby. So this is a time-consuming process for sure. and including the imprints, which now that I have that Procoptodon over there, it should be much easier for me to imprint my guys, which is what I want, because it takes like the current settings I have, I can get 100% tame I think on everything, but it's like 47 or 8 minutes per imprint, and it'll do, depending on the creature, I think these sabers are like 50% per imprint, but some of the creatures you get less and less. I think the Thorny Dragon took me like 4 imprints because it was 25% each, but I think it just depends on the creature, I guess. Maybe the size of it, or like, if it's an early game, mid game, whatever kind of creature, I'm not sure. But yeah, so this is a video that's going to take me a while to complete, let's just put it that way. So I finally got a baby after a couple hours of waiting, that has the health and the melee that I want. And actually the melee turned out to be like slightly higher than the father's, which I don't know how that happens. Maybe it's something to do with just gaining a little bit extra levels or something, but it doesn't have mutations, so I don't really know. But all I really cared about were these two stats. The other ones are fine, just the way they are. And when they're babies, they do not eat out of this feeding trough, so you have to put food in their inventory or they'll just starve to death. And I haven't mentioned this before, but the feeding trough will just feed all of your dinos nearby if they are missing any food. And it's especially good when you're once the baby reaches the next stage, which is juvenile, it'll start eating from the trough, and so you don't even have to pay attention to its food in its inventory anymore, which is really nice. And then if we look at it up close, you can see there's, in the white text, it wants care in 39 minutes. That's the imprint. So in 39 minutes, I'll have to do a certain thing with it, either feeding it a special food or taking it on a walk or cuddling it. And it'll gain an imprint, which I think for these is 50%. It might be more, I don't remember anymore. And at the very bottom, the maturation is just how close it is to being fully grown. This one turned out to be level 236, which is a good bit higher than these two. So that's how you'll know, like, because the good stats of those two are on this, like the level is going to be pretty high compared. So that's like a good indicator for me. Like, I'll check all of their stats anyways when they're born. But usually if you have something like a lot higher level, there's a good chance that it's what you want, and it could even have mutations. So I'm just going to keep monitoring its food. And cooked meat is actually really nice because it lasts for so long in its inventory, which is why my trough is filled with cooked meat as well, because it just lasts for so long. Which I should probably just refill it too, because I still have so much. We'll just throw this into the trough. But I figured I would just give that update because I haven't really shown the breeding process, I guess, like in depth anyways. I didn't show it for Danica, which I probably should have, but I guess I didn't think to at the time or something. I don't really remember. Alright, so the Sabertooth is nearing its first imprint, and I have no idea what it's going to be. It seems to just be random. I have a cryopod out right now because if you cryopod a baby and throw it back out, it'll reset what it wants for the imprint. So if you get something that is like a kibble you don't have, or just something you can't do, you just cryopod it and then throw it back out and you'll have a new thing. So hopefully this should be pretty easy. I have it in the pouch because I want to see how this works. I've never tried this before. Hopefully it's just like super easy, but oh, there we go. 50% imprint. And all I had to do was cuddle, so that's the easiest one. You just press E on them. And then you see I got 50% imprint. So before, remember, we had this guy with like 1900 health and like 341 melee. When we open it now, we've got 2090 health, 374 melee. So it just got like a pretty good boost to its stats. And I think it also gains stats in weight and maybe like some of these other ones. I don't think stamina is affected. And the movement speed is also affected. But that's all I do. to imprint. I mean, sometimes they want to go on a walk. I don't know if it's going to still want to do that if it's in the pouch, and if it is in the pouch, I don't know how to make it walk unless I make like maybe the kangaroo follow me or something, or I ride the kangaroo. But yeah, I'm just showing that process. Okay, I'm cutting back now. It's been quite a while, I think like a day or two since I last recorded, because I've been working on getting all of these sabers imprinted, and I also made each of them a Mastercraft saddle. It's from that blueprint I got a long time ago that I used to talk about. How it was, the game was like telling me I should get sabers, so I finally listened to the game, and I went through both of the caves that I've shown so far on each of them and killed everything, got like some loot drops along the way, and I also ended up farming some loot drops as well in the desert, because if you remember, I flew in the desert and I was talking about how there was a loot crate but I needed to be level 80 for it. Well, I ended up finding these apprentice ghillie gauntlets, which are super good for the insulation and armor. It's way better than my other ones. So these, I have normal boots. I found better gauntlets. The legs are the same. The helmet's the same. But I found a Mastercraft desert cloth shirt, which is super nice. I don't remember if that one was in a cave or if that was in the desert, but now you can see I've got, oh, hold on. I have like 400 insulation against the heat, which is super nice. I've also hit level 82, and I've unlocked the chemistry bench, which is a super nice thing. I don't remember if I mentioned that I got the forge at level 80. But I need to make these two things. The chemistry bench is a freaking godsend. I might make that first. The forge is really expensive, but you can refine metal like super quickly in there. This thing is just, yeah, I love the chemistry bench. And I'm probably going to actually remove the 3 forges that I have in my base and put the chemistry bench down. Because I don't really, I mean, I might, well, I don't know. I think it needs electricity though, and gas to actually operate, so I need to put it close by to my generator and whatnot. But anyways, so this is my army, my Deathworm fighting army. I have my 4 sabers. They're all imprinted 100%. They've got a lot more HP. They all do. I got them all to, I believe, the same melee. This one's actually just hit that one. 532.9 gives them like exactly 200 damage, and they're mate boosted. So I got these 3 females first. So I had Nala, and then I think it was Marianne, and then Zawa, but I could have that backwards. And Simba ended up being the last, and I finally got a male with him. So I was trying to keep the theme of like the Lion King, but I only knew like Simba and Nala, and then like the Mufasa and what was it, Sarabi. So I just made Zawa, and then I named this one Marianne. I don't really know why I did that, to be fair. It just came to me. And then I actually put levels in Eustace here because I figured, you know, I couldn't find a better Megatherium, but I want to actually ride him. He'll be the mount that I'm riding. I got his HP up to a decent amount, and then I put the rest in melee because he has super great melee. And I can control his buff way better than if I didn't control him. So I think this should be able to kill Deathworms pretty easily. I mean, I would be surprised if we would lose against one with this many things. And I actually went out and I made, I have like, was it 7 cryopods now? And I don't need that many, but I just made as many as I could when I took a bunch of supplies to a supply drop and crafted them. So this is going to be my Deathworm fighting army for next episode, because this is going to be the end of this one. I think my legs are in the ground. That's nice. Yeah, this is going to be the end of this episode. If you liked the video, consider giving it a like, subscribing to my channel, leaving a comment, sharing the video. You can check out my Twitter and my Facebook page if you want. I appreciate all your support and all your views and everything. and I hope you actually enjoy the series because I've had fun making it. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the video here, so I'll see you guys next time.